Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a three-time Pro Bowler, Derek Carr, leading the Oakland Raiders as they square off against the #1 pick, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinals set to go on offense. It'll be Kyler Murray leading the way. What a year for him at Oklahoma in 2018. Heisman Trophy winner, better than 4,300 passing yards, 42 touchdowns. And don't forget about running the football as well. He had a 1,000-yard season rushing it with 12 touchdowns on the ground as well. This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. Here's the offensive unit. Max's parents liked him so much they put an extra X on the end.
And they could do that because they saw something before the rest of us. They saw the potential of Max Williams, and it's coming to realization now in the NFL. A really good tight end with a little bit of speed.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now left side on the swing pass. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Austin. Carl Nassib there on the tackle. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
Demarius Randall's a versatile player. Played both safety and cornerback in college. They're using those same skills in the NFL.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Murray throwing on second down. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week one, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And he hits Drake. The third down run gets him nothing. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Card out a throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, yeah, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. On second down now. Bowden trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing his car on third down. And that will be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On second down, it's Austin. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
That was a good run. Probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll run with Drake. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the toss play, this is Drake. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Murray now to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, he's a high draft pick, so maybe a bit of a mulligan, but you never want to throw a preseason interception, especially as a rookie.
No, but this is the time to do it, right? Let's get the kinks out. He's still got to learn how to read coverages, still has to learn the entire offense, has to see how he fits with the players around him. But bottom line is what you said right in the beginning. He's a high draft pick. They want him on the field sooner rather than later, so let's keep giving him some reps and seeing what they have.
Now. Yeah, 180. Hey, we're good, we're good. 180. 3 down.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw, it's Carr. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly they're still short for 4th.
Well, I think everything was impressive about that one, except they didn't get a 1st down. But I like their field position now after that play.
Yeah, now you got a pretty makeable field goal opportunity. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me, that's my bad, but let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be take him down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. This is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. With Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure this out.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And their 2 drives thus far, both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Carr now on 1st down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Devon Kennard. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Carr, he'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. Kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kid.
And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On 1st down, it's Austin. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Murray. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, Murray. Well, this is caught by Williams. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to take off with it. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign in Oklahoma. He's got the first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right?
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Carr now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden, his 2nd sack of the night. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And this will be taken at the 13. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you guys in just a little bit. This one of 5 games currently in progress as we kick off the second week of preseason action. We'll have 3 more tomorrow night, 5 on Saturday.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run on first down. Richard lost it, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first?
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Austin. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff now, Foster. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first, they stick with Foster. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Tavon Austin, 34 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run out for the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Bowden. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Callaway. 76 yards as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it all. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
But on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Yeah, this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the pistol, it's Foster. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This is Foster. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
2nd and 5 now. Hunley. Safarian Jenkins has it. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 22 yards there, a first down.
Let's go.
Mariota now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Open man here is Foster. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Mariota. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Mariota now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw Mariota. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and very short, Mariota toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Throwing, Mariota, and that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. He's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a three-point lead versus a two-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Delayed give to Foster. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Booker. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the backup Kaiser to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That was the corner, Robert Alford, with a sack. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's the backup Kaiser. And he's going to go down again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
All eyes on the Cardinals now. Down 20-17. A little under 2.5 to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Back to throw. This is Butler making the catch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. But we knew this had the potential to be a tight game. But with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Who's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 46. I'm sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions, you got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit. Try and push it downfield, try and fit into a tight window. And sometimes interceptions result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Hundley. He finds Austin complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What are they? And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
First down carry for Foster. He's got the first down inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Foster. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Out of the backfield, it's Austin. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They run. It's Foster. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big...
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.